Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Victoria Montefusco and I absolutely love makeup, especially indie makeup, sparkly makeup, colorful makeup, basically just all makeup, especially eyeshadow too. So today I wanted to give you all a quick little overview of brands I really want to try in 2021. These are brands that either I've tried before, but there's certain products I haven't tried from them and so I'm curious about it, or these are brands I've just literally never tried before and I've heard all over YouTube and I've seen reviews and I've just almost added these things to cart but then taken them off and have just been super intrigued but have never actually purchased from them. So I hope you all enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe if you do enjoy these types of videos and you want to see more makeup content from me. So let's jump right into it. So first off, I'd like to talk about Cleona Cosmetics. Everybody in the indie makeup community seems to know all about Cleona, especially their multi-chromes. In case you're not familiar, Cleona is a Canadian indie brand and they really specialize in multi-chrome eyeshadows. So what are multi-chromes? In case you really do not know about indie makeup, multi-chromes are eyeshadows that shift between 3 or more shades. So like a duochrome shifts between 2 shades, multi-chromes 3 or more. So Cleona has the most extensive collection of multi-chromes I have literally ever seen. They have everything from your more classic jeweled multi-chromes which have a black base and shift really intensely, to glittery multi-chromes, to iridescent multi-chromes. I mean, literally any kind of multi-chrome you could ever imagine in your wildest dreams, Cleona has. Right now, I currently own all of Cleona Cosmetics' duochromes. So they have these beautiful duochrome shadows that come in round pans and I've used them quite a bit. I got them actually at the beginning of the pandemic, so I think it was about like May or April that I ordered those, and they're beautiful. They look beautiful on the lid, they wear really well, love those. But everybody talks about their darn multi-chromes. And I've bought multi-chromes from Terra Moons and other indie brands, but Cleona just kept coming up. So when Cleona had their sale last week and decided to restock their entire store, so instead of placing a pre-order, you actually are placing a regular order, and on top of it, you got a little bit of a discount, I decided I needed to jump on it. So I ordered about 15 multi-chromes from Cleona, all different formulas, so I'm super excited. Those are projected to ship out in, I believe, January. So I will be trying these in 2021 and I will be providing my honest thoughts and reviews. So you can all look forward to that. Speaking of shifty shadows, next I want to talk about Divina Cosmetics. Again, another brand that everybody who loves indie makeup seems to talk about. I have never tried Divina. I know, I'm ashamed. They also, like Cleona, have multi-chromes, plenty of shifty shadows, but they are really known for releasing these absolutely beautiful collections that are just very shifty and have really creative names and are just a very coherent different types of collections. So really, what I want to order from Divina are any of their shifty shadows. I don't think I'm going to be interested in their jeweled multi-chromes just because that's something that I already have. I want all the iridescent shifty shades. I want all the glitter, all the sparkle on my eyes. And so I think in 2021, I'm finally going to place a Divina order and I'm finally going to see what all the fuss is about. Another brand I want to try is Shine by SD Cosmetics. Another Canadian indie brand, who would have thought? So Shine by SD has also a lot of shifty shadows. I think we're sensing a pattern here. I like shifty eyeshadows. So Shine by SD is a smaller Canadian indie brand and they really specialize in single eyeshadows, which I love a good single eyeshadow. So in particular, there's one collection I'm super interested in and it's called their Dynamic Duos collection. And this collection really has these like grungy duochrome shifty shadows and I love grungy tones on the lid, so of course I'm interested in these. I would love to see how they look on my eyes. I believe it was Annette's Makeup Corner, who I love her channel. I believe she did a review of these and they were just so beautiful on her and I've really been wanting them, but I just haven't placed the order yet. So keep an eye out for Shine by SD. I'm keeping an eye out on those Dynamic Duos, but I really want them. Another brand that I'm wanting to try, but this time we're gonna have to go to Europe, is Lethal Cosmetics. I believe Lethal is a German indie brand, and they specialize in single eyeshadows. They have an awesome palette builder on their website if you'd want to build your own palette with their singles. They also make curated eyeshadow palettes. They have blushes, highlighters. I mean, they have everything. But what I really want to try from Lethal are two of their sister palettes that came out. One of them came out, I believe, this summer, and the other one just came out in, I believe it was the fall. One of them's called the Velvet Dusk. That's the one that just came out. And there's also the After Dark palette. The Velvet Dusk is just a grungy lover's dream. You have purples, you have greens, you just have all these beautiful grungy mattes with some nice shimmers to match. Ugh, I really want that on my eyeballs. And the After Dark is just really fun. It has a lot of bright colors, which I also love. So I've heard nothing but good things about their eyeshadow formula. I've seen reviews, I've seen people swatch them, I've seen them on other YouTubers' eyeballs, and oh my goodness, I just really want to try Lethal. One thing that's stopping me is, of course, the shipping cost. Being an American, I know I'm spoiled that a lot of indie brands are located in the US and I don't have to pay shipping, or the shipping cost is low. So of course, for Europeans out there, Lethal's a great option for you, but the shipping cost is a bit higher when it's coming from Europe, so that's something to keep in mind. But I really hope to be trying Lethal in 2021, especially those palettes I was talking about before. Yet another brand that has eyeshadows that I'm really interested in is Menagerie Cosmetics. Menagerie just has beautiful curated color story eyeshadows and these beautiful palettes. I feel like Menagerie's strength is really their cover art on their palettes. I mean, the Pastel Pup, the Violet Ink, the Whale Song, these are all palettes that have beautiful cover stories, and the colors inside really match the cover too. So it's just, I just feel like they're really good at curating color stories and having the cover art to match. Menagerie also has single eyeshadows, which I've looked at and have been interested in, but they have been teasing some releases for 2021. So I think I'm gonna keep my eye out to see what Menagerie releases next year and see if anything catches my eye, and if it does, I'm gonna click that buy button. This next brand just completely blew up in 2020. I mean, it seems like they came out of nowhere, and this is Kaleidos. I've seen all the swatches of their highlighters and of their eyeshadow palettes. I saw Angelica Nyquist, I saw her video with the multi-chrome highlighter where she put it under low lighting and really showed the shift on her cheekbones. Oh my goodness. Kaleidos just comes out with such unique highlighters and really beautiful, small, curated color story palettes. And so I'm really curious what they're going to do next. I just want to see what the next palette color story is. I want to see what the next highlighter color is. They have me on the edge of my seat and they have me intrigued. Again, I don't know why I haven't placed an order from them. A lot of their products intrigue me, especially some of their highlighters that are more on the neutral side, and a lot of their eyeshadow palettes do intrigue me as well. I just haven't placed an order, so maybe 2021 will finally be my year where I go on Kaleidos' website, I add things to my cart, and I actually check out instead of just staring at them and closing the browser window. So this next brand is a brand that I have tried before, and I do love their products, but I just haven't tried one thing from them that's just been bugging me. So this is Charlotte Tilbury. I want to try Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows. I know you're thinking, Victoria, you like bright eyeshadow. Charlotte Tilbury is known for neutrals. Like, are you okay? What's wrong with you? And yes, you're right, but I am okay. Charlotte Tilbury, I've just heard nothing but good things about her formula, and I'm just intrigued. Are these quads worth the money, and are they really as good as everybody says? In particular, she came out with a quad this year for Christmas, and I want that quad. But the thing is on the US website, it's sold out, but on like literally every other website, the British website, the Australian website, even the Canadian website, the quad's in stock, but it's not in stock on the US website. And when I DM'd Charlotte Tilbury's brand, they said it wasn't coming back. So I don't know if that quad's coming back, but, and it was also called the Fire Rose quad, by the way, but I am just really intrigued about Charlotte Tilbury's eyeshadow formula. So if the Fire Rose Quad comes back, you can bet that I'm gonna grab that. And if it's not coming back, I'll probably try one of her other eyeshadow palettes, one of her quads, and see if something catches my eye this year, because everybody loves Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows and I wanna know what the fuss is about. Let's jump from eyeshadows to something else. I know you're probably saying, finally, Victoria, it's not all about eyeshadows. And I would say, yeah, but it's mostly about eyeshadows. So this brand does have an eyeshadow palette, but it's not what I'm talking about. I want to try BK Beauty. I want to try their brushes. If you've seen my last video, you know that I love Rephr eyeshadow brushes. And I also have some Rephr face brushes as well. But those are natural hair, and I know that not everybody wants to use a natural bristle brush. So BK Beauty has all synthetic hair brushes, which is great if you're vegan and you just want to use something that's not a natural bristle brush, or if you just prefer synthetics for certain types of products or for just doing your whole face. So I just want to try BK Beauty because I've heard these brushes are the best synthetic brushes in the game, and I want to know, do they hold a candle to my Rephr brushes? Maybe we'll find out in 2021. Jumping to a new brand that came out in 2020 is Vive Muse. So Vive Muse is a makeup brand that was created by Jamie Genevieve, who is a beauty YouTuber, and she came out with a collection this year that had this beautiful, just like neutral eyeshadow palette, lipsticks and lip liners and highlighters and all this beautiful stuff. What I'm interested in is, surprisingly, the neutral eyeshadow palette, because yes, I do wear neutrals, especially when I'm in the office at my day job, which currently I'm at home. And I also really want to try her lip liners and her lipsticks. I love lipsticks and lip liners. Even though we're in a pandemic, and even though we're wearing masks all the time, there's just nothing like putting on a luxurious lip liner and lipstick and just feeling your best life. I just really, really, really want to try those products from her, and especially hopefully when this pandemic's over, and hopefully when I'm back in the office at my job, I can wear that eyeshadow palette, I can wear those lip liners and those lipsticks, and I can, you know, show off this beautiful makeup to anybody who wants to look at my face. So Vive Muse, something I definitely want to try, especially if the pandemic somehow ends and we're not wearing masks anymore in 2021. This next brand is going to surprise you that I've never tried. I mean, it's kind of shocked me too. Natasha Denona. I have never tried one product from Natasha Denona. Insert gasp here. So Natasha Denona, I feel like, is known for her eyeshadow palettes. And especially when she first came out, she had like those $250 huge eyeshadow palettes, and Nikki Tutorials was raving about them and everybody loved them. And I was like, I'm not paying $250 for an eyeshadow palette. But thank goodness she's diversified. She has $125, I believe, eyeshadow palettes, and then eyeshadow palettes that are about half the price. So Natasha Denona, I've heard a lot of good things about her formula, but I've also heard some mixed things about her formula. And similar to Pat McGrath, which is actually a brand that I tried in 2020, I want to know, is this formula worth the money? Is this worth my hard-earned coin to spend on these eyeshadows? Is this giving me the luxurious, you know, beautiful eyeshadow, blended out, just unique finish experience that I crave from luxury eyeshadows? So Natasha, if you come out with something in 2021 that I like, you can bet that I'm gonna buy it, because I wanna know if you are worth it. This brand is a brand I feel like I didn't really hear much about until 2020, and this is Be Perfect. The Carnival 3 palette, I feel like, broke the internet. Everybody and their mother seems to have this gigantic rainbow palette, but that's not what I'm interested in particular. I've heard their eyeshadow formulas are really good, but I don't want a big, big rainbow palette in my life. I just don't need that. I don't know where I would store it, and I'm sure my boyfriend would be like, why do you have this big palette? So I want to try one of their other eyeshadow palettes. I'm not sure which one yet. Maybe it's gonna be one that comes out next year, but I wanna try their eyeshadow formula since everybody says it's really good, really blendable, especially their mattes. Everybody loves their mattes. I also wanna try their highlighters. Heather Austin, who is a fellow Southerner beauty YouTuber. Hey Heather, if you're watching this, probably not. Heather loves Be Perfect's highlighters, and I've seen them on her cheeks, and oh my goodness. I mean, if you want blinding, just like it looks like a mirror is on your cheekbones, I feel like Be Perfect is the way to go. And I want to try it. I want to see if that's something I like on my face. Also, Be Perfect has apparently a really good eyeshadow primer, and I love my Milani eyeshadow primer, but I'm always willing to try something new to see if it's good, to see if somehow it could beat that in my book. So I want to try Be Perfect eyeshadow primer as well. So 2021, maybe I'll place a Be Perfect order and add a highlighter and the eyeshadow primer to my cart if a palette of theirs interests me. This next brand is a brand I've tried one thing from, but I don't really count it because it was a magnetic palette. This is Sydney Grace. I have never tried Sydney Grace. Their collaboration palette with Mel Thompson really tempted me this year. But looking at the color story, I was like, it's a lot of neutrals. I don't know how much I would use this, so I decided to pass. Kind of kicking myself over that, still debating if I should pick it up, but there is one thing in particular that Sydney Grace has teased that I'm like, oh my gosh, no matter what it is, I want it. And that is that they're doing collaboration palettes with Temptalia. If you are somehow unfamiliar with Temptalia, she is a beauty blogger, and she has been posting makeup swatches and reviews on her blog since I don't even know how long. I mean, if you are an OG beauty YouTube lover, if you're an OG beauty on the internet lover, pretty much, you know who Temptalia is, and you've been on her blog and you've looked at her reviews before you've bought something. So they are doing multiple collab palettes. I know, I'm so excited. This in 2021. So she said, I forget how many palettes there are, but I know there's multiple, and I would be surprised if I don't buy every single one because I'm just a huge fan of Temptalia. I really want to try Sydney Grace's formula because, again, it's something that everybody on beauty YouTube that loves indie makeup seems to love. So hopefully 2021, early 2021, I will be buying those Temptalia palettes if my fingers are fast enough and they don't sell out super quickly, which I'm sure they're going to. All right, second to last brand. I know there's so many brands that I want to try. This is a brand that I know for certain I'm going to try in 2021, and this is Adept Cosmetics. Again, like Sydney Grace, I've tried a magnetic palette from them before, and it's great, but I don't really count that because it's not a makeup product that I'm putting on my face. It's just something I use to store my eyeshadow singles. So Adept Cosmetics came out with the Plain Jane palette this year. When I saw the sneak peeks and I saw the Instagram post and I saw when it came out, I was like, yeah, this is pretty. I like it, but I wasn't tempted. Again, my girl Heather Austin, she posted this beautiful video of her eye swatching every single shade of the Plain Jane palette. And when I say just like shifty, wet looking, glittery goodness, like I cannot emphasize that enough. These shadows just look amazing. Right after I watched that video, I literally went on Adept's website. I noticed that they had a pre-order that was going to be shipping either in January or February of 2021. And I said, yep, I need this, I will wait. And I placed the order and didn't even think about it. That's how beautiful they were on Heather. So I am so excited for that palette to come in, and you can be absolutely sure that I'm going to be posting a video and review and swatches and all that good stuff about that palette. I'm so excited to try their eyeshadows. Alrighty, last but not least, Copacetic Cosmetics. Again, I feel like this is a brand I just heard about in 2020. I mean, part of it's probably my fault because I also got into indie makeup in 2020, but I feel like they've kind of blown up too. Copacetic, I feel like, is really known for having a subscription box, which if you want eyeshadow quads in your mailbox every month, like hello, why not? And they're also known for having really good flaky eyeshadow form, which I've never tried a flaky. So that's something I'm really interested in, maybe purchasing some flaky singles and seeing if that's a formula that I'm interested in and want to buy more of. They also did a collaboration this year with M. Jones. I forget her exact Instagram handle. There's a bunch of numbers behind it, but I follow her on Instagram and she does absolutely beautiful eye looks. And it's called the Companion Palette. And basically this palette is made to be a companion to your other eyeshadow palette. So it has beautiful shifty shimmers and just topper shades and some flakies, and it looks absolutely stunning. And that has also tempted me from Copacetic as well. Last but not least, Copacetic came out with this bundle. I think it was in the fall, with Liz Dagger Beauty. Again, another Instagrammer who I follow and does beautiful swatches, by the way. Highly recommend you follow her. And she came out with this bundle, and it had like these greens and oranges and browns, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is absolutely stunning. But me being me, I didn't jump on it, and now I believe it's like completely out of stock, and when I messaged her about it, she didn't know if it was ever going to come back in stock, so I really regret not jumping on that when I could. So, because it's just a really inspiring and unique color story. So Copacetic, this is basically just to say, Copacetic, I want to try your stuff because you have just really intriguing products, and I feel like I just have never tried anything like your flaky eyeshadow formula before. So hopefully I will also try Copacetic in 2021. Okay, those are all the brands I really want to try in 2021. Some of these brands I've tried a few products from before. Some of these brands I have literally never hit that purchase button. So hopefully in 2021 I can tell all of you, yes, I tried every single brand I said I wanted to try in 2021 and more. Hopefully I definitely want to try more brands too. So again, thank you for watching my video. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, please also like this video. If you like me, please subscribe. You can comment, you can ring the notification bell to know every time I post, or you can just do none of those and never watch me again. I guess that's fine too. So thank you everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.